This is Jenna Burt, host of the Confessions of a Military Spouse podcast. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
This is Kim Meyer, the host of Choose to Rise here on Public House Media. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media. Once you're done with this episode, I hope you'll come check out my show, Choose to Rise, where we talk about living with positive mindsets, how to increase our confidence, building our faith, and living out our life on purpose. A new show comes out via podcast every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And if you want to catch the episode live instead, stop by Public House Media around 6:45 Central Standard Time, Monday, Wednesday, Friday as well. Don't forget to subscribe on iTunes so you'll never miss an episode of Choose to Rise. Thanks again for checking out the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Happy 2019 Rewritten. It's Julianne Condia, your host. Thanks for tuning in. Happy New Year. I don't even know where 2018 went. I feel like I blinked and then it was over. Time just seems to never slow down, and I really do think that time is our most precious resource. And friend, I want to ask you, where are you spending your time? Are you spending your time on YouTube? Are you spending your time scrolling social media and comparing your life to false realities? Where are you spending your time? Are you spending your time binge watching TV? Sometimes that's a necessity, but where are you spending your time? I found myself waking up and I got distracted, and one of my goals this year is to reduce distractions. And as I was getting distracted, I just said, no distractions. Work on your distractions. It's not going to be perfect when you're going for goals. And I think we expect that sometimes. You know, you set a goal in the new year to lose 20 pounds and you get a gym membership, you go the first 2 weeks, and then you get off schedule and then you stop going. It doesn't have to be that way. When you get off schedule, then you know what? Maybe you missed 2 weeks, but it's not over. You can still go again. And so when I found myself distracted, I just had to repeat to myself. I almost had to create a habit phrase to course correct of, oh, I'm trying to eliminate distractions, or I'm trying to not be distracted. And then right away, I got moving and got to what I wanted to really do. And so, friend, time being our most precious resource, wouldn't it be amazing to use our time building relationships, loving people hard, spending time with the people that we love most, being present, really working on ourselves instead of numbing or distracting and just not living in authenticity. So I just encourage you in 2019 to think about time and think about how you want to spend your time. So in 2019 or 2018, whatever year is coming, I always see people talking about a word, whether it's a word for the new year or a word that represented the past year. And it's really cool because my pastor, the words that he likes to choose from are from the fruit of the Spirit. And the more I thought about that, the more I really loved that. That yes, you know, maybe my word can be intentional or, you know, gold digger or whatever. But I really like this idea of taking a word from the fruit of the Spirit that I need to work on. So the fruit of the Spirit words are love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Those words have power. Those words are big. Those words are impact. Those words can change your life. And not just have them as words, but actually live them out. And so as I was talking about this with Eric, this is not even a joke. This is so real. I said, Eric, what word of the fruit of the Spirit do you think that I need to work on? And I didn't even let him answer. I said, it's patience, isn't it? And he said, yes, you need to work on patience. And then I looked at him and I said, what word do you think you need to work on? And before he could answer, of course, I said, I think it's self-control. And he said, you know what? I think it's self-control. And 2 seconds later, maybe 30, if I give myself a little bit more credit, we were listening to a sermon, and this is why it prompted. And all of a sudden, I was like, turn it off. I can't concentrate. I need to do this. And I started, I don't want to say having a meltdown because that sounds so dramatic, and I'm more chill than that. But I definitely was lacking a whole lot of patience. And I looked at him and I said, it's not 2019 yet. This happened literally the day before the new year. And we were just laughing. But, oh man, friend, I need to work on my patience. I'm really disciplined and I'm really patient when it comes to trusting the process. I'm really patient when it comes to even just building our business. I have such vision for it. I can't wait to see what 5 years brings. Like I already know, and I can be patient about that. But there's just some things I lack patience with because I am such a driven person. I am such a go-getter that I just want to get the ball moving and I don't want to waste any time. And so I can just be like, okay, let's go. It's time to get up and let's move. And Eric has taught me a lot of just taking a deep breath, relaxing, and chilling out. And so I lack patience when it comes to wanting to get things done and see them happen. And for 2019, I really want to work on this. And I think the way to work on it is to first create awareness. I'm not going to change automatically. Just because I say I want to work on patience, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be a naturally patient person. Do you know what God is going to provide for me on this journey? He is going to allow many situations that are going to test my patience. It's not going to be all of a sudden, wow, you're patient. I think it's going to be the opposite. I think that I am going to be challenged with this because I'm aware of it. And awareness breeds responsibility. And so being aware of it, I'm going to have to make a decision. And I'm not always going to make the best decision. I'm not always going to be patient. I'm not always going to follow through with what I'm saying, but I can course correct. I can learn from these situations. So when my patience is going to be tested, I will be able to identify it quicker. Because before, I wasn't thinking about it. And I would just react. I would just do. I would just say. But now that I have more awareness around it, I'm going to reflect so much more on patience with so many different circumstances. How should I have handled that better? What's a different approach I could have taken? What do I want to do next time? And that's how we get better. It's not all of a sudden I sign up for a gym membership and I'm the most motivated person in the world. It doesn't work like that. You are going to be tested. And you are going to be challenged with that goal. And I think so many times we have this self-justification of, well, I am tired, I am this, or I'm that. And so we justify for ourselves because we don't like failing. We don't like struggling. We don't like pushing past the hard. And if you only knew, that's where the growth happens. Is that if you are lacking joy, pure joy in your life, you're going to face a lot of obstacles with joy and feeling authentically joyful. And you being able to reflect and work and push through that and see how you could get better, that's where you get better. I remember I've shared this before. I had been praying for empathy for a couple months, and this was 2 years ago. I am naturally not the biggest empathetic person. Ask Eric. I'm working on it. And I started praying about it. And we had our miscarriage. And I had never been so overwhelmed with empathy in my entire life. And it hit me, oh my gosh, God answered my prayer in the way that I would have never wanted him to. However, how in the heck can I get empathy if I don't go through pain? That's empathy. And it just made me realize that our biggest obstacles are our best teachers. Our struggles are a chance to grow. So, friend, I would love for you to tell me what part of the fruit of the Spirit that you want to work on. Is it love, joy, peace, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, or self-control? You know mine, and I'm going to work really hard at it. And the way I'm going to work hard at it is that I'm aware of it. And I'm going to learn from the times I'm not patient. I'm going to celebrate the times and acknowledge the times I am patient and just continue to learn. This is our first time at life. None of us are going to get it right all the time. But you trusting this process is where the growth happens. I am so excited to see what 2019 does for you. Thank you for being a part of this community. If you could screenshot this episode, tag me at Julianne Condia on Instagram. Share this with a friend. I would love to hear from you. Happy New Year, and thanks for tuning in.